Hello, so this is my basic football kit. 3 lenses, 3 cameras. 400 f2.8 with a 1DX, 24 to 70 f2.8 on a 7D2 with a flash, 5D4 with a grip, and a 70 to 200. So a lot of the shooting here, of course, is in the 400. Down the line, pop, pop, pop. If you want to switch really quick, you're here, I turn it, pull it up, and then I'm shooting. Notice it pans with me and it stays. If you go too far, the foot will come off the ground. You don't want that. So if you're panning, and it helps stable you. Same thing on the other side. You hear pop, pop, pop. You want to go to the other side, 24 to 70, pop, pop, pop. Got your flash if you need, whatever. So that's how you do it. Basically, keep it simple and you don't drop anything. Now you do have to be careful here. You can toss it around a little bit, but if you grab it too low, now it's top heavy. So make sure if you do that, you're up here and you cradle it. Just put your hand in, turn it around, and now it's locked in and it's cradled. Cool. Okay, now I need, sitting from a stool, I do roughly the same thing. I tend to keep this up here on my leg because it's easier to grab onto and balance and I'm not fighting it. So again, poop, 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 you're shooting, you still turn it around, and you still pan. Now this is a little more difficult just because of the seating position, but if you're on autofocus, you still have zoom control. All right, and you can still pan. Now you do limit yourself on panning, but if you know you're gonna go back to the 400. If you have the option, you can turn it, dump it, pop and shoot. The 7200 and whatever camera you have is pretty robust. You can actually shoot one hand to get started. I suggest you always leave it zoomed wide out instead of zoomed in. That way you can go pop, 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 and then you get into it and you zoom. You don't lose those first couple of frames. You might have to crop a little bit. And then your hand is free here to go to this side. And you might not use this from a lower position, but it depends on how you do it. So either way, down here on the stool, this stool's a little bit slower than I normally sit. So my holding on to the 400 method works when I'm sitting up a little higher. When I'm this low, it's better to just put it on the ground in whichever way you can. This balances really here nicely. If you got a nice field, if you got a crappy ass field, lay it down here. Now your issue about laying any camera on the ground is that if you are close to the action and you need to move, your camera needs to move with you, or it might get hit. Or even worse, it could cause a player an accident, and you don't want that.
Go.
Okay. So another option is some people will actually put this high. I like to have it a little lower. Some people here. So standing full up, full erect, I can see it, but notice how much higher it is on my head. So now you can turn it around and do your shooting from lower, right? Only problem is this is a little more free flowing. So if you grab it, again, you grab it too low, it'll go top heavy. So you do have to make sure that you cradle it well and then shoot.